Alright, I just woke up. I thank you for, um, the fact that you're not, like, yelling at me because I know my tone wasn't good in this either. I am sorry. I struggle with that a lot. And, I feel stupid for how I act sometimes, but I have emotional regulation struggles that I am trying to work on, and I do feel bad every time that I I emote incorrectly onto others. Um, can't ask the internet to dig into a random person. The entire reason I said that was just because I felt that people were gonna just start digging into trying to find proof against me. I've gotten used to a lot of pushback and just chaos throughout my life. I have become defensive. I'm sorry that I do go all like that at the wrong people at times. Again, my emotional regulation's all fucky wucky, and I do want to work on it. Arrests are public records, and yes, I don't know how to find them properly. I have the PDF, but it includes information from people who aren't involved in this, like his brother, his sister, his mother, his grandparents. It shows their addresses. And as much as I want to expose him as a nasty ass, it doesn't mean I want to be putting out the information at these people who aren't relevant to the situation. And if he's already in jail anyways, it's because if I don't talk about it, I'm never gonna move past it. I have these memories in my head. It makes me completely and utterly disgusted to be involved in anything sexual. It's fucking broken me. Remembering sex with him, I can't have good dreams. Anytime I have a dream that seems like, ooh, this is about to be a fun sexual dream, no, he shows up. I had another nightmare about him last night. And I need people to know because otherwise I'm keeping this secret of a predator. That's wrong. I know he's a danger. How can I keep that to myself? How can I hide that? How can I basically protect a predator? So I found the PDF and it's got all these like weird words and stuff in it. I've already reached out to the person who's gonna help me like interpret what it says on there and potentially help me find better and more information because they have better understanding of the legal world. So I do have help. I have really big emotions. I've gone through a lot, and I feel a responsibility. I'm not trying to get myself, like, in legal trouble for doxing his family members that have nothing to do with this. I don't know how the law works here. And got defensive instead of just explaining you're working on it. I know, I'm sorry. I struggle a lot with communication, and I am really trying to work on it. And I do fail, but I appreciate when people such as yourself do take the time to, ask me these things, especially when you ask such very specific questions, because I don't always think of all those things. You can't just dig proof out of thin air, and neither can anyone else. I know. And I just got frustrated. And I sometimes explode my emotions out. Just, I don't know how to cope with them otherwise. I know that when people come to my channel, they don't know my whole story. It's a mess, and I just got Skillshare, and I've been charging up my Chromebook so I can try to learn more stuff with the organization. It's really hard when you've got learning disability issues and cognitive issues and literal brain damage. Is like, I want to say, hey, those of us with all these mental issues, we're still valid as people. We're still people. And we should be treated like people, like humans. And then my emotions go all fucky-wucky, and then I act towards others in a way I wouldn't want acted towards me. So I really appreciate those who can understand that I'm not trying to personally yell at you. I have issues with tone and emotions and sometimes getting stuck in thought processes. So the PDF isn't on this device. I took a screen recording, but then I decided I cannot post this. It shows addresses for other people that aren't him. So I need to figure out how I share this information without just full-on doxing. So I was sitting there like, okay, I'll show just the criminal reports area. But then I'm like, well, this doesn't show and prove his identity. But then I clicked the things that showed and proved his identity type of stuff. And I saw a picture of him, his chest and torso that was just extremely triggering. I don't ever want to see him again. Sorry. I know that nobody can understand a fucking word I'm saying when I'm crying. I got really fucking triggered seeing some of his information. So I saved the PDF. I should print it out. This is very fucking difficult. I'm not going about it correctly. I am sorry about that. I didn't even plan to, expose him. But it's also something that has been in my head for years. It's what I ruminate on constantly. I basically just, for the past 5 years, have just sat in my room watching YouTube 24/7, 365, because every time it's quiet, I think about him, how he's a danger to others, the things he said he wanted me to do, where I'm only allowed to give birth to baby girls. If I'm pregnant with a boy, I have to give myself an abortion. And that when I do give birth, we have to keep the baby girl a secret because the government can't know about her. She's meant to be raised as a sex slave. She needs to know how to suck dick by 5 years old. These are memories connected to intimacy for me. I'm at the point I don't want to be touched. I don't want sex. I want nothing like that. I don't want to hug, kiss, nothing. I want nothing for intimacy. I want no romantic or sexual attractions towards me whatsoever. I basically don't want to think about sex ever again. I don't ever want to have children ever again. I don't want to give anyone the chance to be a disgusting person like that. So I understand that I don't have the proper proof yet. Technically I have it, but I don't know how to read this shit. It doesn't seem like it's a complete report. I'm trying. It's just, there's so much trauma wrapped up in this. I felt like, no, I have to share this. If I don't, it's gonna just keep eating me alive from the inside. He deserves to be outed for what he has tried to do. Now that I'm not blocked on Facebook anymore, I really do want to go talk to the person who showed me those screenshots in the first place, see if I can get permission to use the unedited screenshots. I know I've made this harder for myself here, but I kind of can't help it. And I can't even do this today because if I don't call back this home health aid person, I can lose my support and then I'm not going to get the home health aid people. There's a lot in life that just I don't know how to contend with easily. But I have reached out to someone to help me with this, to help me look over it. I haven't posted the PDF because it has information for his family members and stuff that I don't feel deserve the same exposure. The only reason I'm ending up talking about it is because, one, people deserve to know who he is and what he's capable of, and two, if I can't get off my chest this shit that I've been holding in my head for years, that I've been wanting to be able to expose him for, but never had any written proof of his disgusting desires. If I don't get this out of my head, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep being completely and utterly repulsed by sex and intimacy and physical touch and anything romance related. Everything I think about with him, the only options are completely and utterly break down or just shut off your emotions completely. And people don't want me to just shut off my emotions completely. It's scary. Or at least that's the feedback I've been given. When I'm just not emotional at all, my cold dead eyes and all that, it's actually scarier than my ranting and yelling and crying. And for a little bit of humor at the end here, my girlfriend, who wants a kid, I don't know why she wants to date me. I'm so fucking damaged. She calls it my absolute terror field. I have issues. I have issues to the point that I tried to convince my own girlfriend not to date me. And somehow, just sticking through it. I think the best joke for that is also we're just both so damaged that we belong with each other so we don't cause damage to others. Not a great joke, but oh no, all you need to do is watch a few of my videos to realize how completely and utterly unstable and most of the things I consider jokes are actually like offensive, so I understand the point you're making. I appreciate people taking the time, looking past my initial reactions to see I'm not trying to be such a mess. I am one. I am a mess. I'm not trying to be, though. And long feedback like this that you've given me, Vena, I'm not sure. Vena Cava is how I would probably pronounce it. It does sort of bring me back down to earth, and it pulls me out of whatever panic I'm in. I'm not offended by being told that I'm approaching things wrong. It just sucks. It just sucks for me to have this feeling of every time I ask for help, I basically am told fuck you in a different way. Not just from people in the comments, from the health insurance companies, from the doctors, from like literally everything. It just overall feels like my entire life is asking for help and everyone saying no. And it's just very frustrating to be living in a world where accessibility is not a right, it's a privilege. Well, now that I'm awake, I've woken up, I've ranted, but hopefully in a more constructive way. And get to the things I need to do. Again, I am sorry for the explosion. Thank you for your patience and your explanation and just the fact that you're trying. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna do what I can to find a way to show proof that isn't also doxing his family.